Hello, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Victor once again. It's another day, and we have another scholarship. So, if you're joining us for the first time, thank you for joining. Where have you been? There are lots of videos already on this channel on fully funded scholarships from around the world. So, look around. I'm sure you'll find something that catches your interest. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Our views actually are increasing. Just look at the latest views on this channel. So, thanks for the constant support. And I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So, let's go straight into the business of the day. Today, we're looking at the big one. Yeah, one of the biggest scholarships available in the world. And this is the fully funded Erasmus Mundus scholarship. And as you can see, I'm going through Google, through a simple Google search, and I typed the Erasmus catalog. Straight away, it takes me to the database of the scholarship. And this is the database of the scholarship. This is the page. I will also be showing you a useful material. This is like a handbook put together by the Erasmus Mundus alumnus chapter of Nigeria. So here they shared their tips, application tips, even samples, CV samples, statement of purpose samples, and the rest of them. So I'll be sharing this document with you as well, so you can use it to guide your own application. And we thank those that's the members of the alumnus community, the alumni community, who took out time to compile this wonderful document. So thanks, guys, and may posterity be kind to you. So let's continue without further delay. So this is the catalog. A number of you probably know how to navigate this already, but I think I just want to emphasize that the different programs here might have different application requirements. So of course you can use the filter function. You can leave all these things blank and just go straight to the field. And then you can filter. Let's go to the field. Here you can filter according to your area of specialization, or what is closest to your area of specialization. And then apart from that, just click on the search button. So for the sake of this video, we won't use any of the filters, just go straight to the available courses. And I must say that some courses are still not open yet, others are open. So just check for yours. If yours is not open, not to worry. Give it maybe one more week and see. So different programs might open at different periods. So just keep an eye on the course you're eligible for. And I think for Erasmus, you're allowed to apply to up to three courses. Up to three courses. So keep an eye on the different courses. So I'll use some of them for example, just to illustrate what I mean. The application procedure and the requirements. So let us look at this one, International Masters in Soils and Global Change. So let's see if it is open already. A very beautiful website. And remember, for a number of these courses, they have self-funded students and then the Erasmus Mundus applicants. So if you're a self-funded student, then you will probably have like a different application date or an application deadline. If you're applying for the Erasmus scholarship, might also have a different deadline. So pay attention, pay particular attention to the info provided on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, because your deadline might just be different from those who are applying as self-funded students. I think this is an important bit of information you do not want to miss. So I clicked on scholarship and fees. Of course, you're meant to navigate the website and go through and see what the course is all about. But for the sake of this video, we can't stay here all day. Let's go to the particular information about scholarships. So now we are here, and it talks about the cost of the program. Well, fortunately, you're not going to be paying for it yourself. So let's keep straight to scholarships. So the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, you'll be getting a monthly stipend of €1,400. That's a lot of money for 2 years, 24 months. So that's a lot of money to get, and that's quite generous. And this will cover like your travel, accommodation, living expenses. This is more than enough. I've lived in the EU before. There's EU countries, whether it's Germany or France or the Netherlands or even Switzerland. And this money would largely be enough to cover your expenses. And then, of course, you'll not be paying fees. You're not paying any participation fees. That is also covered. And for this particular program, it's open to all nationalities. So please go for it. And then you can see here that they said, you can see here that the deadline is the 28th of February for this program. For another Erasmus Mundus program, it might be a different deadline. So for this one, is the 28th of February, and the results will be out in April. So keep an eye on the deadline. Let's look at the applications requirements. What are the documents you need to put together and things like that? What about the English language test? All those scary stuff, you know. So let's see whether you have to submit any of those. So here it's mentioned, let's go to before the English language requirement, the academic um, degree or the academic requirements. So this is a course on, I think, soil science, something related to that. So you should have a background in the relevant field, and they give the fields here. You should have a bachelor's degree, and they said up to the top 30 in your class. So usually a good result, like a 2-1, usually should be sufficient for this scholarship, even though it is not spelled out. But there's 2-1 or a B, or what they call it, a merit, should scale you through or make you competitive, at least meet the average requirements. So let's go to the English language requirements, and it talks about the normal exams like the TOEFL or the IELTS or the Cambridge C1. But these exams are kind of expensive to take. Now the dollar rate has also gone up, so a number of people might struggle to actually register for these exams because of the cost. But fortunately, there are exemptions. So you can see the list of countries here. Let me make this bolder. So these countries are exempted. You can see exempted from providing the English language test. And here I can see my country already, Nigeria. So this is good. A number of other countries here. And it says here that it's good to probably um, indicate on your transcript or get a letter from your university indicating that English was the language of instruction. So from your previous institution, there should be like a letter if it is not stated on your transcript already. But even if it is stated on your transcript, I think it's a good thing to have a letter stating clearly that you studied exclusively in the English language or with the English language, if that makes sense. So there's a waiver. It's a good thing. I hope you can get the waiver so you wouldn't have to write any of those expensive English language tests. So keep an eye on the deadline, keep an eye on the applications requirement. And that is for this course. Remember, different courses may have different requirements. So let's check one other course before we go. Let's check this one on environmental sciences. And remember, the Erasmus Mundus program are often divided among at least 2 or 3 different universities. So you do one semester in a university in, let's say, Germany. You might do the other semester in Portugal. Maybe do your final semester in the UK, something like that. So it's quite exciting. It moves you around a little bit. Some people like it. Most people like it, by the way. A number of people find it a little bit inconveniencing, but that's left to you. I think it's quite exciting. You get a variety of experiences. So let's go to this one on environmental sciences. Of course, you're meant to read like the particular bits of information about the course, but straight away we're going straight to admissions and applications requirements. So for this scholarship, I think the major campus or the hosting universities in Vienna in Austria, but you might move around, as I said, to at least 1 more or 2 more countries and to do other semesters. So remember what I told you about scholarships or funding. Remember, you're going to be applying for the Erasmus Mundus program, so the application deadlines or even documents might differ from those self-funded students from those applying for a scholarship. So let's go to the bit on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So it's nicely stated here, just like what we saw in the previous one. You get 1,400 euros per month to cover your living expenses, and in total it's 33,600 euros. Quite generous as well. I think there's special support for those with disabilities, but that's great. So quite similar to what we saw earlier. So how do we apply? Let's see, how do we apply? Probably the deadline as well. So this one is also open. You can see here it's open, and I think there are no application fees as well. You can see this program called MESPOM. The MESPOM program doesn't require application fees, so applicants do not need to pay the CEU application fee. So that's great. Then the documents you require, the recommendation letters, um, academic records, I think your transcripts, things like that, your statement of purpose. We're looking at this soon in the documents shared to us by the alumni of the scholarship. So the curricula vitae or the resume, English proficiency, we'll be checking this soon as well to check whether this program gives a waiver. Of course, proof of residency. For this proof of residency, you can always get a letter from your local government or type a letter yourself stating your address, stating your country of origin, your state of origin, and then getting your local government or your local notary, I think that's what they're called, to just stamp on it and then you can submit it. It's not like a special document, so to say. It's just something to confirm that you're from a particular country, a particular region, and just get like an official stamp on it. And with that, you're good to go. So pay attention to the deadline. And yes, let's quickly check the English language requirement for this course, whether it's similar to what we saw earlier. So the English proficiency, then I think there's something here that you have obtained a bachelor's and or a master's taught exclusively in English. So this is good. So if you've obtained a bachelor's degree or a master's degree taught exclusively in English language, you can ask for a waiver. If not, you have to write one of those IELTS or TOEFL exams, as you can see here. So good thing there's a waiver. So take advantage of this as well. Of course, there are other courses on the list, so check for yourself. Use the filter to filter it down to your area of interest, your area of specialization. And of course, I wish you good luck. But before we go, remember this booklet put together by the Alumni Community Nigerian chapter. So this contains the basic information and answers most of the questions you have about the scholarship. So take a close look at this document. It's quite detailed. You can see the different bits of information that it covers as well. Things like CV, things like your frequently asked questions, recommendation letters, statement of purpose, and there are actually links to samples. Let me show you what I mean. So let's just go down there. So read through the information, your academic documents. A number of you might want a copy of like the Europass format. It's a popular format used in Europe for application, university application. So there's a link here sending you to the page for Europass format. What it means is that this website will help you build your CV to the Europass format. The Europass is a special format that some universities require. So if your university requires it, that's not a problem. Just go to this place, plug in your details, and a CV will be generated for you free of charge. So you get a link from this um, alumni document. Of course, there are other information about recommendation letters. So in case you want to suggest to your recommenders or your referees what to write in your recommendation letters, you can always get pointers from here. Because a good recommendation letter, of course, will help your application. It might just be the deal maker at the end of the day. Maybe the competition is very stiff. A very good recommendation will just push you through the door. But a bad one, of course, might just get the door shut before you. And we hope that's not your case. So this is, you still have more information here on writing a statement of purpose. So this is a compendium of all you need to know about the scholarship. There is also links to like a statement of purpose. You can see links to statement of purpose prompt, SOP prompts of different scholarships within the Erasmus Mundus. There are also links to scholars sharing their documents, some of their documents, some of their experiences as well. So they've done a good job. Very generous people, I must say, free of charge. We say kudos to them for compiling this wonderful document and giving them all credits, by the way. The Erasmus Mundus Association Nigerian chapter. Well done. So this document, digest it and say hello to the those who took out time to compile it, in case you stumble on their profile on LinkedIn or something. Before you ask them any question, remember to thank them profusely for creating time to compile a detailed document like this. And that's it, guys. I hope it was useful. The Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, a number of them are already open. You have different courses, different participating universities in different countries as well. So check if your course is open. If it is, start putting your documents together, start applying. If it is not, give it like a week or so and check back, and it might just be open by then. And that's it, guys. I hope this was useful. In case that doesn't interest you, or in case you want to even apply for other scholarships apart from the Erasmus scholarships, that's no problem at all. Just look around. There are many more scholarships around. You have the Commonwealth, you have a scholarship in Canada, you have in the US, you have in the Netherlands, you know, you have in the UK. So just look around. I'm sure you will find at least one. What am I saying? You find several, more than one scholarship that suits your area of interest. So all you just have to do is to sit down and write a competitive application. Follow the instructions, follow the tips, and write a competitive application. As usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work. This is the application season. No time for sleeping. You have enough time to sleep after you've gotten the scholarship. So wake up, start working, start putting your documents together. And I will see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now.